Yeah, I think he has a lot of different options. Of course, Faker has played basically everything under the sun, but the Ahri is what he's going to lock in here.
We've seen Ahri priority rising a little bit. Last series as well. Obviously, there's so many more tools available for KT right now.
Oh, perfect. Actually finding a really good trade here against Doran. The exhaust doing a bunch of work as the Realm Warp gets interrupted. The flash not available here for Perfect, so he can't find his way in. Paranoia comes down though, and there is first blood. Good charm this time from Faker, but even the True Shot barrage.
Okay, Ona does put the control ward down first. I thought he was just going to blast Cone straight over. There's a Jarvan will be able to get out because it's going to be a smite fight for this.
Yeah, there's a Cataclysm from Ona. Gets himself straight out the back. That is going to be the steal to come through. The Encore, not exactly the best. The Wild Growth, not going to be enough to save this Jarvan. And down will go the Nocturne as well, so 1-for-1 in the fight. And there is the kill for Pays. Jiu has to get himself out of here, but I don't think he's out of the woods just yet. As Faker trying to get over that wall, not going to be able to do so, decides not to use the flash. And now Jiu taking matters into his own hands. And they are immediately taken out of them as Pays puts him out.
I think too much of KT's focus was onto Ona, and he did his job. You know, he got the, Doran's in trouble.
Oh, there's the flash over as Doran. Is he going to go over and over once again? He is not. He is just going to die. BDD is going to be gifted this kill as, yes, fishing in the barrel. And third one's the charm there as the Riot's going to be able to take down. Actually in a position to fight for this, unless they're going to be moving over pretty late. Not going to be able to get that control ward down. They get the bad news that this one's already been started. And Faker now looks for the angle, doesn't find the charm. There's the Paranoia, the secure on the Herald, does go over to Ona. He gets feared, but there's the Wild Growth to keep him alive. BDD trying to get out of there with the Realm Warp, but he will be able to escape. But they've lost their jungler and they lost the fight. Wait a second. He's going to get spotted on this control ward. I don't know what he's supposed to do about this one. The Slurkle comes in, has to use the ultimate. That means the Olaf is useless.
You're fine with that, though, because in the meantime, KT picked up the Dragon, so flash, so not sure there's a ton they can do to catch him out here.
Well, they're going to give it a crack. Let's see what they can actually get done here. There's the flash. Paranoia does come on through from Kaz. Does have the spell shield, but he's inside the Cataclysm. He has to flash as well. There's a teleport in from Faker on top of the flag. All 5 members of T1 are here in this top lane.
So we'll see BDD and Jiu pushing in the other lanes, but 2 flashes burn for T1 feels pretty nice, and they'll move down, try and cover, but that mid-tier one, is it going to go down?
Oh, not quite.
Not quite, but some good damage done.
3 grubs here for KT, being put to work by both Jiu and BDD.
Look at the items, though, between the 80 carries. Runan's picked up for Pays, which, reminder on this patch, did get a buff.
Yep. That's all right. There goes Faker, finds the charm onto Effort, and down he goes. Kaz is going to be the double kill for Pays. And Pays does take a bit of damage here, as I think he was actually tanking up the turret. Jiu going to keep himself alive, but the Rift Herald gets a headache. And T1...
2 kills picked up in the mid lane, mid tower down, bot tower going to follow. Jax hit the tower, is able to escape here.
And Faker is now just moving around the Rift, looking sanity. Going to get a lot of value out of that one as well. You can see if it does actually connect. Here's the Paranoia as well. Onto the Jax, the Realm Warp just to get over the wall. And BDD, he doesn't go into it. He's just going to execute Doran.
4 levels up on Pays.
Yeah, what has BDD been doing?
What have they been feeding him?
Yeah, hyperbolic time chamber BDD. Okay, well, now they're going to try and blow off Faker. That's a great charm this time. And down goes the Ahri. No Cataclysm for you, Ona. He's just dead immediately. And yeah, that's the actual fight there from BDD.
They don't manage to kill Jiru, but even if they did, I just don't think it would matter. BDD just demolishes them. So much damage available. He's so bulky now.
Yeah, it's
3,400 health. I think he actually has the most health in the game right now.
I would not contest that. And he also has the Seraph Shield on top of it.
So Huni Baron does a ton of damage to KT there immediately, but it just doesn't matter because no one's coming to contest it.
Yeah, not a chance.
You can see it's actually shredded them, which just kind of shows important to make sure you have
realize that he can use Encore without flashing.
Yeah.
Because that one was fantastic.
That one was phenomenal. I think maybe overthinking some of the earlier ones
is going to be the play. But they now have a Baron, and they're going to be taking down this inner turret. That one's going to be a pretty comfortable one. Only a couple of plates in the bottom lane as well. It's Kaz slows down Ona here. That Stride Breaker.
I mean, and Ahri is a burst mage.
Yeah. I mean, look at BDD's health bar compared to anyone. He's absurdly strong. Okay. And therefore Faker lives.
He doesn't have Actualizer.
Oh my
He
lord.
didn't have cool. It's not up for a while. Didn't have Actualizer. Faker was just dead if he has that item.
Yeah. Did he miss? I thought he missed one Q.
And you know what? It's kind of the same is true here.
Well, this is going to be problematic as now we've got fights on multiple fronts. Perfect kind of got confused about where he wanted to be. And Ona is going to jump on top of Gio and then get himself out. That was a very cute play. Still going to need to do some more fancy footwork to get himself out of this one.
Problem is he's still dead, but this is just stalling his death.
It is. Oh, trading places. That was so cute. I don't remember them. Okay, Kaz is going to be taking a soul point here for KT. And you might be saying, you know,
pull back.
But 7 seconds on the Baron. They have to get over there. And KT are not in position for this whatsoever.
Whoa.
Oh my god, BDD, the damage, the flash forward, the Realm Warp to deny Faker. He can get over the wall once again, and BDD is not going to follow. But now, without the rise here, this is way better for T1 because he's so incredibly powerful. The Encore is decent though from effort. Ona gets the Wild Growth yet again. Kuz gets into the backline. Perfect's on top of Doran. And now BDD shows up. And oh my god, he is actualizing everywhere. Gio goes down, but KT, I mean, up until recently, he wasn't even a member of the team. They'll just walk up the mid lane now and look to try and finish this game.
It looked like the theory was there. You know, Faker could TP in, BDD used his Realm Warp, couldn't get there in time, but he just ran his way over to finish up the fight. Hayes trying to do everything in his power to turn the fight around, but it's just not quite enough. Faker and Carrier need to try and clear the wave out. They're going to keep this game going, but it's such
we're going to say not balanced. Also has like 4,000 HP. That's fine. T1 are just on the Baron. And there is a Kuz in the area. They're going to look for a turn. Teleport brings Doran over. True Shot Barrage does so much damage. My goodness, Huni, what are you doing? This is your former teammate right over there that you're doing a lot of damage to. Obviously, I'm referring to the Baron. As Kuz, Mega Cone angle is right here. Gio able to Arcane Shift out of the way, but Effort not so lucky. However, he stays alive for so long. They go 1 for 1. There is the Zhonya's from Doran. Down goes the Olaf. And now BDD dives forward. They manage to get him down. And it's Gio and Kuz against the world. Pays trying to get the damage down. And he should be able to chase after them. Okay, Gio. I see you now. Arcane Shift forward. Wild Growth has to be used to keep Pays alive. The base, by the way, is
jump over the wall. And Pays has
they can see
now.
it. They can see it. They know what's happening here. The rest of T1 will jump on over. Doran gets in there. There's the paranoia. It's Ona right into the backline, but he just explodes him. Kuz dives in, secures the dragon, and now BDD with this soul is going to go golden first. Gio now able to take down Pays to his GA. I don't know where Doran just went. I don't know what all these numbers are looking like, and Carrier is just left alone. It's a triple here for Gio. KT secure the soul, and they'll secure the game.
T1 Megacone in, ready for the fight, but they are not ready for BDD. The damage he is dishing out in this fight just decimates T1. They'll get the soul, but they're not going to have much of a chance to use it as they look to end the game. Taking us to game 2 and trying to keep their hopes alive of staying out of play-ins.
And I don't know, man. BDD hitting form like this right now is about as this is about as late as you can do it before you're going to feel okay about KT moving to.
They could try and do that. They are correct.
They could. The Rumble is the biggest problem in that whole equation, and it makes things quite difficult. All right, so the Vayne is likely going into the hands of Pays, but right now this is what I was assuming could happen.
This is chaotic.
Don't tell me it's actually happening. Don't tell me this is actually. Carrier just hanging out here towards the bottom side as Kuz really wants this Scuttler. The battle for level 6 to come on through.
But Ona's nowhere near level 6. He doesn't even get it off the Scuttle.
Oh, wait, okay. Well, there's a Pulverize as Equalizer goes down from Faker. That's fantastic.
Scatter.
And the scatter is just gorgeous. First blood goes over to Gio, who's still hopping mad in this fight. It's another kill onto Ona. Pays now running away. And he does throw down the rocks. Gio now looking for the angle. He still has flash. Scatter again from BDD. And the Pierce is going to miss. Thus, helping him out here is now the Grub's going to be started up here by Kuz. That first one will definitely go over to KT. And it looks like T1 are not going to contest this. And this lead is 560. I don't think Perfect really cares too much about what's been happening here in this top lane so far.
No. Even though there's like a 30 CS, a lot more tools at play. KT are trying to make their way round on the bot side of the river, but this dragon's going down quickly because he's in range.
Yeah, just gets in. That is going to be the secure, though, for Owner. Cyclone is fantastic. The knockups are great. The bailout comes on through, but Kaz is not going to get it. It's a double kill for Pays as Effort flashes out of the way. BDD greeds to get one kill on the jungler. On this all-out. Might be able to get himself out of the way, as now Pays could be in trouble on the other side. Okay, how do you get out of this one? Perfect. He does find the Q. There's a Cyclone to come in, but they've already managed to take down the Cassante. Owner from getting in there if he decides a target.
So notably, Jiwa's flash is nearly up, but Thorin pays without theirs for a while.
Wow, that's an equalizer down here from Faker, who silences himself. Cyclone has to be invested just to get rid of him. And hostile takeover.
That does not feel weird.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Unless they can kill Faker here. The second Cyclone comes down, and they do manage to kill him. Carrier can't get over the wall, but BDD is going to get surrounded and destroyed as Doran launches himself to this bottom lane and takes down Kaza. And there's not a lot of minions in the area. Let's see whether Owner and Carrier will have enough to get through this Cassante. Aftershock at the ready.
Well played. Played it away, found an angle away. And a lot of resources committed to the bot side of the map allows KT to pick up this Herald. That mid tower pretty low.
Yep.
So could just throw it down there.
Good cross map here for KT. And BDD also able to get a little bit of pressure here towards his top side as Kaz is moving in, looking for Faker once again. Dash Cannon gets him
and not die at the same time, which is a difficult one to balance.
Yeah, you can see BDD is going to eliminate as many of these minions as possible before he takes down this turret. That is going to equalize.
Effort's not a good target. Oh, no. He's in a little bit of trouble.
Oh, my lord. There's a headbutt back and straight into the seismic shove. Not even going to try for
a get full HP.
His Weaver's Wall is up just now, but I just don't think he's going to be able to be back in time. So the equalizer tries to make things a little bit annoying here for Kaz, but he has Smite, so he's fine. And that is KT denying the soul point, but giving them one Ocean Dragon. I don't think they're going to be too worried about it. But now the Rift Herald goes down. They should take this turret and get another charge on the inner as well. Unless...
Down on the Pays, and that is enough to just send T1 packing when it comes to that objective.
Yeah, and he'll take this turret as well. Doran is returning the favor on the top side of the map. But BDD getting larger and larger is a scary prospect. Is now Perfect kind of wishing that he'd build a Rookern or something like that, seeing this Rumble make his way out of the brush.
Yeah, that's one thing with his build. He's definitely well-equipped to, as well as you can be, to handle the Vayne, but when one of them's this AD threat and one of them's this AP threat, and they both just shred you, difficult to itemize against both.
All right, getting prepared to be able to take down Perfect is what they're doing. And Weaver's Wall going to come on through. Cease and desist will not be stopped. The equalizer goes down. BDD, nowhere to go. He was extremely dead. I don't know. Okay, you're going to have to bounce out of the equalizer, but the flash forward from Faker is just too good. Perfect is here trying to help out, but Effort was nowhere in sight, so no bailout available. Hostile takeover doesn't do too much of anything, but Owner has to flash to get himself out of the way. Great pulverize from Carrier into the backline as Perfect is condemned to safety because he's still going to have to flash towards his Sentinel to try and survive. And then BDD has to throw the Sentinel away because it was about to kill the monkey. Now T1 as Pays throws down the rocks. And T1 with Doran here, getting through this dragon so quickly. That is going to be Soul Point. Scatter connects onto Carrier, but he's not a prime target.
Equalizer's not that far away. This is dangerous to go for. I think they want to pick out of this.
Are they going to find it? Everyone flashes for Faker. He gets handshook back in. Okay, and that is going to be the Rumble down, but he didn't
can't Baron anymore. You used way too much there. Yes, you got the Rumble, but this is so risky.
Well, Perfect is now going to get picked off by Doran. If Doran dies, then maybe there's an angle. As KT are looking to back away. The Fate's Call now on cooldown. That's a big deal. No hostile takeover. Cyclone is in though. Scatter connects one more time, and there is that Cyclone. They take down Owner. Maybe that's going to be enough, as now Doran is on the inner turret, and that is a beautiful shove back, but there's just not a lot of damage to come out from just the Talia. This is still dangerous. This still feels so dangerous.
Smite down with a Calista and a Smite. You should have this unlocked if you get a loner, but that is the big if.
Yeah, another great scatter comes in. There's the wall coming on through as Doran goes invisible. Can they get on top of him? The handshake is going to connect. The all-out is on top of Doran, and he's too low range. He's not actually able to hit them over the wall, but
for the fight. And they get this great pick. Oh, no, great pick.
Okay, this time effort is at least here. Does get the cleanse out and now just hops around. Oner is in a lot of trouble. These sticks are going to get torn out and Oner will be going down. There is that Ren kill. What did you say? Oh, the flash forward from BDD is insane and he's immediately executed. That's a double kill for Doran and now they're getting hunted down by the Demon Hunter herself. Perfect is going to sacrifice himself for it, but that should mean possibly a Baron for T1. The seismic shove as a gap closer. His Jack shows is going to make him pretty tanky here. Terminus is going to be built up next, most likely is Perfect. Does not look like a tank.
He doesn't have that much magic resist. You just get shredded.
Yeah. And they do manage to get into this pit. Scatter is going to connect, but it's on the carrier. He's not too worried about it. Vision coming on through, and now we're going to have a honest 5v5.
I was just hiding over the wall there. Carrier's going to spot him out.
As well. Going to be pretty durable. There's the headbutt pulverize. Is now Kaz going to look to try and get himself over, but doesn't actually go into the pit. Doesn't want to use his flash for that one, as now Carrier moves in. Okay, there's the Weaver's Wall. Equalizer right up against it. Beautiful placement here. They're going to look to try and burst down the Dragon, but it's not going to work. Not quite able to get enough down first. So it should be a 50-50 hostile takeover. Great position as Doran goes forward. He's put in the blender. The knockups are gigantic though. And now Jiu gonna have to flash away. He's trying to hop around the fight. Oner gets into the backline and now Jiu is looking for the next one. Perfect goes forward. Carrier gets the CC down. And it's Faker that takes out this Cassante. The top side is dead. Another phenomenal scatter. And they both go golden. They're staring each other down, but the huge boulder in the back of BDD's head is going to say goodnight to him, and now Jiu really wants to try and hop around this mid lane, but Faker will light him on fire and say dodge this. Effort's also going to die. Second harpoon should be enough, and there he goes. T1 with this crazy composition are going to win this game, I think.
This comp really looked like a team comp where Pays was playing the utility role, wasn't going to be the highest impact player. He's 9-0-6 at almost 9,000 damage in that last fight. Doran went down, but Pays stood strong, and now T1 looking to end the game. Kaz is here to defend. Perfect up in a second. Is it going to be enough?
Another great Hex Flash as there is a gorgeous seismic shove. Kaz just dead. Nothing that he can do about that play as Carrier just survives the Nexus turrets. No worries there at all. Perfect. Not going to be worrying about the seismic shove, but the Nexus is not able to defend itself as Doran can shoot it whenever he would like. Wants to grab a couple of kills, but in the end, they're going to look towards this Nexus and move us to a game number 3 and 6 on the night.
And now top lane 41. Do you just slam like the Gnar here? There's a Hen I think could be okay as well.
Gwen!
Go for the Gwen.
Okay.
And I believe, did the changes come in already? Didn't Gwen get some changes recently? Was that this patch? I think it was. Yeah, we were talking about Jhin struggling. Okay, don't get too happy, Max.
Well, Perfect is going to find Doran. Slices and dices. The Ignite is now down, and Kaz, he's moving up. This might be a flash. As in he goes, finds the stun. He just comes down. There is that flash, but he flashes to follow. And first blood to the Pantheon. He's running away now with the Inspire Shield coming in, but now flap, flap. In comes the bird. And the wall is going to catch effort. And down goes the Karma. Faker grabs the kill. No, don't need too many.
Now the pressure mounting on bot. And with the Skarner here, Effort should be the target.
Yeah, Effort is going to try and take the Scorpion for a walk, as now Jiu takes so much damage. My God, Oner can very happily tank this one up, as there is Doran trying to get himself out of here, as Perfect is going to get on top of him. I don't know whether he really wants to, but there is a Pantheon waiting in the wings.
You know, I'm surprised in the bot lane. Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Well, Doran is likely to die as he looks to get back towards the wave. Gwen is not immune. Wait, a bit more immune than we thought. Kaz finds the Q. There it is.
He's just that. I was surprised to have the Ignite back up and available. Will help potentially if it's a 1v1, but I'm not even sure that's enough.
As the slice in, Doran tries to go immune, does get the needlework out. The flash gets over the next one. Perfect needs that Ruthless Predator. Does he have a Q? He does! And just...
And the Q, so the Ignite were committed by Doran. He kites away.
Oh.
Effort just dies.
Effort did
Also,
very much
Perfect
die.
found that all in without his ult being available.
Oh god. Yeah, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, so a bit concerning. And now, oh my
Now
god.
here. Kuz is also here. Doran will die again. I don't think Faker is going to be able to save him. And so the turret is just going to go down. That is first turret blood over to KT. FaZe will answer immediately. This is top versus bot lane.
Oh.
And yeah, okay. That's going to make things tough to follow.
So if you're thinking, who would you rather have there at the fight, this fed Renekton or this underfed Gwen?
Oh, FaZe is moving in. Needlework is down. Perfect is actually bitten off more than he can chew. Slices, dices, flashes, and dies. Doran is back on the board.
That was basically a solo kill, by the way. I know obviously FaZe got there to help out and had the ult if needed, but Doran did most of that by himself, which is confusing, a little worrying.
Yeah, definitely an odd play.
Pre-scaled.
I'm really glad that you're here to give us all of that information. As BDD running around the backside of this fight as they are looking to try and stop this from going down, but it is Owner that locks it up. Now the ulti comes in, but the Impale is right there on top of Kuz. He will have the Aegis though. Now the curtains are being called. Down goes the Gwen one more time as Carrier and FaZe will be looking to snare Carrier here momentarily. As FaZe, losing Singularity and the traps, making it very difficult for KT to traverse and try and defend this turret as FaZe takes a little bit of poke, but still will be able to siege down this turret very comfortably. And with the at least get this control ward down, it looks like KT are going to cut their losses and look to try and push down this mid lane. Top lane is also being
want to stop this, but again, need to get in here and get access to the Dragon area beforehand. T1 just completely cutting them out, and Perfect's behind now.
All right, there is the Crocodile. Lying in wait in the reeds, gets the slice off. Faker might be put down to the egg. Not quite though, as he, oh never mind, the Dominus takes him down. But Perfect finds a last Q. Got a lot of work done, but that is a kill going over to FaZe. A little bit later, Faker is in this top lane.
Yeah, Kuz has control off this area.
Carrier. Yeah, Gravity Field goes down. Carrier is able to walk out of it for now, as FaZe is also tagged by this Death Ray. And now Owner is going to get snared as well. The bullets are connecting. And there is the chain CC onto the Skarner. He is just so durable. It does buy Kuz enough time to take down this dragon though, so 2 Drakes apiece. And T1 looking a little bit worse for wear as the siege is begun.
A lot of pressure, but ultimately T1 don't opt into contesting the drag. Oh, Faker could be in trouble.
There's the flash forward from Effort, looking to try and lock him down. The wall is fantastic, but Kuz, he just launches himself over it, and no blast cone is going to get Faker out of this one. The little jab with the Q from Kuz will be able to take out the bird.
What will it lead to, though? Will that allow them to set up for the Baron? It doesn't look like it. They'll just take the kill. Tower in the bot lane picked up by Perfect. And all in all, it's Brighton, third, not going for the Storm Razor, which I think is the right call, but still behind in power compared to FaZe.
Oh, perfect. Gonna throw down the Dominus here as Doran looking for the needlework, and there is a Skarner making his way over. Ace in the hole comes in, final spark. That's Carrier trying to get an assist as well. He does at least get a Cull the Meek and does put in the flash.
Oh, the ignite!
Oh no, perfect! The last tick will do it. And down goes the Crocodile. The fadeaway ignite for the kill. Doesn't feel great as BDD will take down an inner turret for their trouble.
So Tower goes down top lane. The fact they also got Perfect's flash pretty big. I think hard to team fight Renekton without that. Pays so much damage to this tower.
Yeah. And there are no minions, but the headshot just doesn't seem to care about a backdoor.
Or effort to survive. But it does mean they've taken the support off the map. Vision control not able to be laid down. 17 seconds on that charge. Such a tilter.
Yeah, Faker was like, that's BM, guys. Let's just leave him there in the pen. He can stay there. As the inner turret is going to be taken down. And the war of attrition is just being won here by a T1.
Ejiwu may... Oh, no.
Oh, another wall. The stun is going to come through. Mikhail's was there. Or actually, was it was the cleanse. That got him to safety. But it's not going to save this turret. As at least the Arcane Storm is on Carrier. Might do a little bit of work here, but he's able to wander his way out.
Yeah, Ejiwu may have made it out of the wall situation, but he's trapped in his base. Actually, TP coming in.
Yeah, perfect. He's going to look for an angle towards Doran. He is a big Crocodile. But there is the stasis. And the slowdown onto Doran. They do get on top of him. But down to the GA goes the Crocodile. Owner is now in possibly a bit of trouble, but Perfect is in more. He's going to get taken out. There's the Impale onto the Victor. And all of the damage is dead on the side of KT. It's a triple kill for FaZe. And actually, there is a penta on the map if he can actually catch these last two. But it looks like Cuz will deny it. And T1 will be sending KT to the play-ins with a victory here. These two Nexus turrets looking to go down. It was a valiant effort, especially in Game 1. KT looked fantastic. The Game 2 was a creative draft. In Game 3, T1 just outlasted them. Keria does die here in this moment, but that is going to... Is that the unofficial penta? That is the unofficial penta to come through for FaZe. And maybe just give it to him. He's already got the most in the world. May as